Quick question. When you think of pizza, what comes to mind first? Cheesy slices? Late night delivery? Maybe a frozen pizza at 2 a.m.? But what if I told you pizza is older than written history? And it wasn't even comfort food at first, it was survival. No cheese, no tomatoes, no Italy. And in one case, it was literally baked on weapons. Long before menus or restaurants existed, humans discovered how to make flatbread. By around 5000 BCE, people were already baking bread over fire. In Sardinia, archaeologists found leavened bread more than 7,000 years old. This wasn't pizza yet, but it was the foundation. Some flatbreads were topped with dates, herbs, and oils. Not for flavor, but for calories, preservation, and energy. This wasn't cuisine. This was survival engineering. By 3000 BCE, in Mesopotamia, modern-day Iraq, people were baking flatbreads in round clay ovens. These ovens produced flatbreads remarkably similar in shape to what we'd recognize as pizza today. Some were likely topped with dates or herbs, not for indulgence, but for energy, preservation, and survival. By around 2600 BCE, in ancient Egypt, flatbreads became something more. They weren't just eaten, they were offered to the gods. Egyptians brushed bread with oil and herbs and left it in temples as religious offerings. Bread wasn't just food, it was sacred. In the 6th century BCE, under the rule of Darius the Great, Persian soldiers did something remarkable. They baked flatbread on their battle shields. Then they topped the bread with cheese and dates. Battle shields turned into cooking surfaces. Imagine fighting a war and lunch still stuck to your shield. It's not pizza yet, but we're getting closer. By the 5th century BCE, the Greeks were eating something called plakos, a flatbread seasoned with olive oil, garlic, onions, herbs, and sometimes cheese. Simple, portable, familiar? By the 1st century BCE, in ancient Rome, flatbread was everywhere. And in 19 BCE, in an epic poem called the Aeneid, written by Virgil, something memorable happens. The Trojans sit down to eat a meal using flatbread as plates, and then they ate the plates. They literally ate the plates. It's the first famous literary reference to bread as both dish and food. Around 79 CE, the Roman city of Pompeii is frozen in time. Preserved under volcanic ash is a fresco showing a flatbread topped with fruit and spices. No tomatoes, no mozzarella, but unmistakably an ancestor of pizza. Now we jump forward to medieval Italy. In the year 997 CE, the word pizza appears in writing. Not in a recipe, but in a Latin document from Gaeta, Italy. A tenant was legally required to pay rent in pizza. 12 pizzas every year. Honestly, that's hilarious. For a moment in history, pizza didn't just feed people, it functioned as currency. By the 16th century, in Naples, pizza meant something very specific. A yeast-based flatbread sold on the street to the Lazzaroni, Naples' urban poor, living day to day. It was cheap, filling, eaten by hand. Pizza was survival food again. Then comes one of the biggest plot twists in food history. Tomatoes arrive in Europe in the 1500s, and Europeans are terrified of them. They call them poison apples because tomatoes belong to the nightshade family. People believe they could kill you. For nearly 200 years, tomatoes are decoration, not food, until hunger forces a risk. By the late 1700s, the poor of Naples add tomatoes to flatbread, not because it's fashionable, because they're starving. And shockingly, nothing bad happens. Pizza changes forever. In 1734, the pizza marinara is first documented. Despite the name, it has nothing to do with seafood. It's named after marinai, Neapolitan sailors. The ingredients kept well without refrigeration, perfect for sailors heading out to sea. This is the oldest recorded modern pizza. In 1830, pizza enters a new era. Antica Pizzeria Portalba opens in Naples, with tables, chairs, and a menu. For the first time, pizza becomes restaurant food. Then, in the year 1889, Chef Raffaele Esposito prepared a pizza for Queen Margherita of Savoy. Tomato, mozzarella, basil. Red, white, and green, the colors of the Italian flag. Legend says the Queen loved it. But here's the twist. Historians have found descriptions of pizzas with these same toppings decades earlier. And the famous royal thank you letter? Many scholars believe it was forged in the 1930s. A brilliant marketing move during a time of economic hardship. So the story may be exaggerated, but the pizza was real. Pizza then leaves Italy with Italian immigrants in the late 1800s and early 1900s. They brought it to cities like New York, Chicago, and New Haven. In 1905, Gennaro Lombardi opens the first licensed pizzeria in the United States. Pizza takes root in the USA. So, after World War II ended in 1945, American soldiers returned home craving the pizza they tasted overseas. Neighborhood pizzerias explode across the country. Then, the chains arrived. Pizza Hut, 1958. Little Caesars, 1959. Domino's, 1960. Causing pizza to become a global fast food. Then, in 1962, the most debated pizza of all time was invented, the Hawaiian pizza. It was not invented in Hawaii like most think, but in Canada by Sam Pananopoulos, a Greek immigrant. He named it after the brand of canned pineapple he used. And that's the entire story of the Hawaiian pizza. Moving into 1994, when pizza makes digital history, a pepperoni and mushroom pizza from Pizza Hut becomes the first documented purchase on the World Wide Web. And to make sure it wasn't a prank, the store had to call the house to confirm if the order was real. And then in 2017, UNESCO recognizes the art of Neapolitan pizzaiolo as intangible cultural heritage of humanity. Pizza is now officially culture. So today, there's a pizza that can cost you $12,000. It's the Louis XIII pizza, created in southern Italy by chef Renato Viola, topped with caviar, lobster, and edible gold flakes. It's not even sold in a restaurant. It's made privately, by reservation, often in your own home, over hours of preparation. Honestly, I wouldn't buy it. Would you? From fire pits, to shields, to street food, to global obsession. Pizza didn't just evolve. It followed us. Because at its core, pizza has always been the same idea. Take what you have, put it on bread, and share it.